Alright, so today what we're doing is we're going to build stuff, modular systems here. And you really want to pay attention to how you snap everything. So you want to make sure your grid points are snapped, and you can do that by just by right clicking. And then when you snap this on, the grid points will snap accordingly. So that's, that should be perfect. And then you want to set up your units beforehand. Um, so that's pretty much what you're doing. But that being said, then the key point, let me just do a smaller grid system here. So the key point in this, whatever you choose to do, is that you choose to build your system um, off of the grids. So I always start off with something like this, and then I go to Effect Pivot, and we go to Move, and we snap that pivot. Let's see, let's zoom in here. There we go. So you snap that pivot like so. And then what you do is once you have one done, and it's just a matter of going in here and choosing what you're going to do with it. But for these purposes, I'm just going to take off my snap. And now just remember, you can't move that line right there. So for this purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in another, not another height, another width segment. Okay, so this segment here, I'm going to just convert this to an editable poly, and I'm going to just go in here and show you guys what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're just going to make a kind of a temple. All right, so just something like this. So I'm going to just move these up here first, and then I'm going to grab these two and move them up like this, and then I'm just going to move them inward a little bit. So that's my first piece. Okay, and it's nothing, nothing spectacular, just it's my base piece. So then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my angle snaps, and I'm just going to snap, undo, snap this next piece here, and I made a copy, and now I'm going to manipulate. I'm going to turn off my snaps, and now I can actually go in and manipulate this one. So with this one, say I'm going to go in my editable poly, and I'm going to just extrude this inward. So there is like a doorway there or whatever. Doesn't really matter what it is, but so that's my second piece, all right? And from there I can put in, statues, whatnot. So I'm just going to show you another example of that. I'll snap this again, and I'll snap this one over and say OK. And now notice, because I'm snapping the grid points, everything's lining up nice and perfect. So say I want to go in and we'll go in and add a door here. And for the door, I'm just going to go to back here, zoom extends all, and then for the doorway, I'm just going to really quickly create a door somewhat similar like this, and I'm going to convert this into an editable plane or editable poly here. And I'm just going to go in and scale and something like that. And then for this editable poly, I'm going to go in grab the tops here, and as you can see, go here, extrude, somewhat, yeah, something like that. I like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this top piece here, and I'm going to extrude this one just a hair, and I'm just going to move this back like so, and then I'm going to inset, and I'm just going to scale this inset a little bit like so, and just grab that and extrude it inward, and maybe a little bit of scale, something like this. Doesn't really matter, but you get the idea. And then you can go in, and I always would move this forward a little bit so the edge is not touching it. Then what you can do is move this right in like so. That's your doorway, like that. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab a box, and I'm just going to shove this box in like so, move it up to about here, like that, and go in and convert this to an editable poly, and I'm just going to move this backwards. I'm going to grab this edge and just move it downward like that, and then from here I'm just going to take and make a line, something very simple. Something like simple like so. And actually, I don't like that, so I'm going to do something a little bit differently. Go into plane, and let's put a plane in there. Like so. Let's dump this, convert to an editable poly, grab the edge, move that edge up, that's your arc. Something like that. And then grab these two, and you can right click on that and go to connect options, and let's just add in even amount here. Should be okay. And then with that, every other one here. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. And let's see here how I want to do this. Somewhat like that. And looks like I have an extra one here, so I'm just going to delete that real quick. And move this all back. Grab this. And do something similar to that. Like that. And then on this particular one, you can simply attach those pieces like so. And then what you can do is, I'm just going to clone this again, like so. And let's do a real quick pillar. Let's go W, zoom in here. And let's just do something like this. Really quickly, just add a lathe modifier on there. And let's make sure, let's get some of these angles down here. And minimum, go on our axis. And let's go back, take a look at what we got here. So you can just kind of bring this into the wall. Doesn't really matter how well it looks, but for this purpose, I'm just kind of explaining this. And again, go here. And again, click this, go to attach, so on and so forth. Now, you'd have to make sure these textures are tileable. So basically, you want to have the same texture, just repeat over and over. But now that this is modular, what we can do is you can create corner pieces, you can create a number of different objects, and so on and so forth. Now, because this is one of the things that I noticed I did, and it's because I bent the plane, and it's a really simple fix. If you want this to be sharper, you can simply go into your polygon mode and lower your auto smooth and select all and just auto smooth, and you'll get those hard edges. So that's a simple fix. Now, one of the things that you want to notice too is, say you want to do a corner, and I'm just going to hold in, undo, cancel, snap. Okay, make sure your angle snap is on, and I'm going to do two pieces here. First one like so, and then I'm going to rotate it and cancel. First of all, make sure angle snaps on, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Say OK, and then you're going to need two of these depending on how you do it, but for the most part you just snap it over there. Oops, I did this wrong here. So the first thing is, to make this life a lot easier, we are going to shift it and say OK, and then we're going to move it and snap it over here. And then all you have to do for this section here is, if this is my corner piece, all you have to do is go into the edge mode, like so. And on this one, it's going to be really simple. Undo is going to be really simple. I just need to right click, snap by face, and it'll snap. Ugh. Let's just change this. We can do this way here. Move this one to line up like so. And on this one, lines up like so. So no matter where you go, and you want to do one for the other side as well. Let me just grab this and auto smooth. Oops. And there you go. So as you can see, you're getting that nice crease going on. Let's just do the same thing for this one. And let's do the same thing for this one. So now that you've got this, I can simply go in and angle snap, hold in shift, and I can create basically what I want as far as tileable textures. You just have your texture set. Now if I want this one again, so on and so forth. Now, if I were doing something, you know, where I wanted to go upward, you just make your tile set upward. And let's, it's not going to do my vertice there. So basically you can move it here, and then I'm just going to do a copy. And you want to do instances of it. Like once you're done with the original parts, you just want to do instances of this. So then you can go on vertex, and because that vertex is all the same, you should be able to snap that like so. And again, like so. So those are all good and the way you want them in that aspect. So you can go in and add in pillars, and just move that one like so. And again, make sure you do instances. And let's just, I'll show you what I mean. You know, we can actually just create something silly here. Let's just do a cylinder. And take off that angle snap there. Let's do something like that. Let's do this. Let's do no height segments and convert this cylinder to an editable poly, and I'm just going to really quickly cut like this, cut like that, delete, and let's put this into the wall and say we're doing like a balcony style. Like this. And let's go into so this is our balcony. We attach that, and if that's our piece, and again, if you do an instance, if I decide, well, I want a railing, or I want, let's just add in some really quick cylinders. And actually just move this up to here. And move this up like so. And we'll put one on here. Put one on here. And then I'm going to grab this and go, because it's now an instance, all I have to do is grab this, move this up like so, clone to element, which is good, and then I can simply just do this. Just bring, we'll do a connect by 2, say OK, bring, connect, this, and let's just do this real quick. Target weld real quick. Alright, and then like that. And just one more thing, let's do and attach. And as you can see, I've got balconies now, and so on and so forth. And that's pretty much the way you have to do it. You just have to kind of build your pieces and then snap them together like Legos. Alright, I hope that helped.